socks are off. Flying through the hallway like a disco moth. Pitching to the couch, then I loop through the fan. My tiny whoop's grooving like a funky jam. I dip through the doorway, spin by the cab, bounce off the toaster, yeah, I meant to do that. Neighbors knocking, saying, what's that sound? It's my brush motor soul train getting down. Flying through curtain, dancing on breeze, freestyle funk in my living room with ease. Tiny whoop magic, bumping every wall. I'm the James Brown of flight, can't stop it all. I got LED strobes and a shag rug trail. I'm looping through the lava lamp, leaving a tail. My whoop's got rhythm, my sticks got soul. I'm the pilot of the party. On a roll, TV remotes a gate, the lamps are dive. I'm flying like it's 7.5. No GPS, no rules, no shame. Just a funky little quad in a soul train frame. We fly that flow, grab that gap. No time to nap, no time to nap. Hit that roll, funk and control, bounce that wall, we fly it all, we fly it all. Tiny whoop love, funky and free. We fly indoors, we fly with glee. Whoop it, loop it, groove it, move it, bounce it, flip it, funk it, rip it, fly that soul, don't lose control. Tiny whoop love gonna make you whole. I thread the needle through the vinyl stacks, bounce off the mirror ball, never looking back. My quad's got soul, it's got style, it's got sass. It dips through the incense like a blast from the past. I'm flying figure eights through the lava lamp glow, dodging house plants like a funky pro. My whoop's got rhythm, my sticks got heat. I'm the pilot of the party with the grooviest beat. I loop through the hallway, I dive by the broom. I'm the disco ghost in your living room. I hit that split that's over grandma's chair. She just claps and says, boy, you got flair. I'm flying freestyle with a velvet touch. My quad so smooth it don't need a clutch. From the shag rug to the ceiling fan, I'm the funky little fly with a master plan. The curtains dancing on the breeze, freestyle funk in my living room with ease. Tiny whoop magic bumping every wall. I'm the James Brown of flight, can't stop at all. Can't stop at all. Can't stop at all.
Greetings, cretins. My name's Aaron Ciotti, and guess who's here? It's the voice of God himself, Kevin Sumner. Kevin, talk again? Why does it keep doing this? Why is it mute? No, I don't want it muted ever. What the hell? That's not the right button. Wait, that's not working either. What the hell? Hold on. Mac OS Audio Cat. Why does nothing work?
Are we back?
Are we back? I think we're back. Okay. Kevin, talk one more time.
Hi, hello. How
Holy
are you doing?
Christ. Unbelievable. Something worked for one. After it fell apart, then it worked. I don't get it. I don't understand. Every single day this computer works a little bit worse than the day it did right before. And there's just no reason for it. I don't do anything on the computer. I just run the same programs over and over again, and yet every single day it gives me a little bit more of a fuck you. So I got that going for me. Happy Memorial Day. The mail didn't come today. Come on now. What's happening on tonight's live stream? Ciotti is a mess. We're gonna finish my frame, the split base plate version of my frame. I've got 3 motors wired up. We are going to take the replacement motor. I'm gonna show you how I cut the motor wires to the perfect length. We're gonna tin it, strip it, solder it, plug some shit in, and get this back up in the air. I got the Siren F30 perfect now. Quadmula was cool enough to design me a set of side plates here where this screw right here is fixed. The original set of camera plates for this Quadmula Siren F30, it's the 3-inch Siren. The set of camera plates that it comes with has the camera mounting point like mid the way back, and there's top plate in view when you run it like that. They then created a set of camera. What's really cool is the ones that it comes with are carbon fiber, but these TPU printed ones are totally fine. And so then they came out with the files for a set here where they've slotted it. And so now you can push the camera all the way far forward, or you can pull it back to protect it. When you push the camera all the way far forward on this, you will no longer get the top plate in view. But when you go to swap your ND filter, when you put the new ND filter on, you have to push pretty hard, and the little washer setup that they've got didn't grip quite enough, and so it would slide in the slot. And so you would go to switch your ND filter, and you would push the camera, and either the whole camera would move in, or just even worse, one side of the camera would move in, and now your FPV view is slanted, which is horrible to fly with. And so I emailed them and I explained the whole situation, and they very kindly just took this design and just closed it off in the back and sent me a design file where there's no slot. It's just the hole. Actually, the hole is all the way over here, all the way up front. And that's what's on here now, and it's absolutely perfect. That was like the last thing that I was sort of waiting for this build here. This has a naked 03 in it. I run this on 4S 850s. The motors are RC & Power GTS V2 1404 plus, which means 1404 and a half, 4680 kV. On these Gemfan 3050s, they make really, really good power. And this thing is just about perfect. With a 4S 850, this weighs 280 grams. 280 grams all up, which is perfect for a 3-inch prop. It's got great throw. It's not super loud. Really, really, really fun. Those of you that are on my Patreon got a Patreon email earlier today. Just now. 4 minutes and 40 seconds later, this computer pops up the problem report for OBS. Thanks a lot, idiots. What is happening? What is this world coming to? N-shitification is real and scary. And so, yeah, happy days. This thing is good to go. Shout out to Quadmula for working with people that buy their products, you know? Really, really cool stuff. I need to get some, well, let's see. Matter of fact, you know, I haven't put 03 footage through GyroFlow to see what the deal is. Patreons, you got a quick half a battery flight with just a simple song kind of dropped in it a little bit earlier today. If you want to become a patron, head over to CiottiFPV.com and just randomly click a bunch of buttons. Eventually you'll get there. It'll say Patreon, helps me the most. That's the one. Use that and you can jump onto my Patreon and get all kinds of cool stuff. Full access to okay. Guess you can't use 03 stuff in GyroFlow because it doesn't have no, I had it in super wide. I probably need to put it in regular wide. Okay. That's fine. I'm having to use GyroFlow. I've been fighting with GyroFlow a little bit. My footage from the wedding that I flew, on an old school 04 Pro with the old gyro that's supposed to be good to go. There's still some nonsense in that gyro data. It's not a fully soft mounted camera. It was flown with a AOS Cine 3.0 version 5, which has a front camera cage that uses these TPU oval guys, and then this hooks up to the camera itself. And so this oval guy has that little hole cut in it, and then that integrates with this, and so they slot together like that so that you can rotate the camera up and down. And it does give a little bit of soft mounting. There is a little bit of movement in here. But it's obviously not enough because the gyro data, it's okay. It's not terrible, but like when you stare at it, there's little jitters and twitches and stuff that wasn't there in the like when you watch the raw flight footage, it looks better than the GyroFlow footage. And so yeah, okay, if it was a frame with a fully soft mounted camera setup, it would probably be okay. But I think it's interesting because like this issue of gyro data coming out of 04s being aliased or clipped or just not perfect, it's been around for a while. And yeah, absolutely, the new version of the 04 Pro is way worse. But even the original one was not perfect. And when you compare that to flying a rig with a GoPro Hero 12 or 10 or 8 or whatever, where that camera is also hard mounted, you run that through RealSteady or now GoPro Player, and it's absolutely perfect. It is absolutely, like, there's no nonsense. So yeah, kind of weird, extremely annoying to be honest, because I was really hoping to fly a lot less of the Hero 12 up in the air and fly a lot more 04 Pro for work, but it's not looking great. Although I did do the GyroFlow trick where you take your original file, you drop it into GyroFlow for the lens profile, for the 04 Pro lens profile. Then you take that file, you duplicate it on your desktop, and you change the file extension to MKV. And then you pull that in, which no longer has any gyro data. And then you tell GyroFlow to auto-sync so that it does optical flow is what it's called. It's doing smoothing with no gyro data. It's just using the pixels on the screen. And so if a bright pixel goes from here to here, it's going to make it go smoothly between those points. And it works really well. Like the optical stabilization works really well. The big problem with it is you can't do horizon lock. And that's what really sucks about this, is that I always like to deliver two sets of files. One set of files that's horizon locked, one set of files that's not. And so I can't, I mean, I could deliver the horizon locked footage, but it's going to be, it's got this annoying jitteriness. And like, if they come back to me and say like, hey, we want to use those files, but we can't have them be jittery like that, now I got to do weird shit like put it back through GyroFlow with as an MKV. And now like you're running it through twice and like I don't know. So I think I'm just gonna give him the files from running it through with optical flow. And so like as an example of that, like this is one of the files that I ran through, and this is what I expect. Like this is what GoPro Player Real Steady Go does. It's absolutely perfectly smooth. It looks like it was filmed on a gimbal. Like this is what I expect. This is what I've always this is the experience that I've always had. I only started using GyroFlow maybe like 6 months ago, and it's been okay, but it's never been as good as Real Steady Go. And yeah, I don't know. I posted in the GyroFlow Discord with some questions and got completely ignored, and so now I'm just like, fuck it. Okay, I'm just not going to use it, which is fine. If it's any kind of like a paying gig, I'm just going to have to fly a Hero 12. That's just the way it's going to have to be. And then for fun, I get and for live broadcast stuff, I'll use the O4 Pros. But yeah, I'm not really willing to dive down the rabbit hole of like, well, how can I do a build that has a completely soft mounted camera platform on those really soft rubber grommet bastards, and then like God forbid I crash and the camera rips off because doing that is like not all that strong typically. And so yeah, I'm at a bit of a loss. I was really excited to fly a bunch of O4 Pro stuff and have like lighter weight rigs that are get really good runtime and whatnot. Like the Avata Killer was really, really cool. But now that like I really look at the gyro stabilized footage using the gyro data, it's not good enough. It's jittery, it's twitchy, it doesn't look like this. And I do really want to be able to, some clients really want horizon locked footage. And you can't do that. When you strip all the gyro data out, it has no idea what the horizon line is. And so there's no way for it to kind of do that. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Disappointed is where I'm at with all that. But I'm glad that there's some kind of a workaround so that this footage is not worthless from this wedding, even though I only got to fly 3 batteries before they kicked me out.
I wonder if we'll ever get horizon lock based on just the image rather than having to use gyro and accelerometer data.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I mean, when there's an obvious horizon line, I'm sure it'd be able to do it. But then, like, as soon as you like look down or something, I think what you would need to do is prioritize optical flow. You would have to tell GyroFlow to use optical flow as the stabilization, but then just use the gyro data to catch the horizon line. I think that's the only way to be able to do it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But in the chat, Jimmy the Cow was first, Fleemo Fly was next, Nathan Wells, Kevin Sumner, McShaky, Douglas 6, Sears out, Kevin Sumner, FizzPV, McShaky, Jimmy the Cow, Fizz again, Frank Dr. Nicholas, Denzel the Terrible, Drublick Mike, Madman, YouTube just did the thing, scrolling back up. Social Stream, the application that Kevin helped me get set up with, which had gotten me around the YouTube memory leak issue, has completely shit the bed now. It stopped working right on yesterday's stream, and then I updated it, and now it's all the way broken. So I'm dealing with YouTube memory leak again, which, you know, I dealt with it for years, so I guess I'm kind of used to YouTube just grenading my computer, but hey, is what
what's
it is.
The term? What's the term? Normalization of deviance. That's what happened. That's what happened.
Yeah. Who else is here? Hey Ryan, we've got Sear Penguin, RC Thrills, P Money 678, Denzel the Terrible, Cole. I think I got everybody. Thanks for hanging, friends. CiottiFPV.com if you want to support me. Sure does mean a lot. Jimmy the Cow says moo. Denzel the Terrible says muting Kevin Sumner isn't the worst thing you could do. Madman says I want to get one of your frames. It's getting there. It's gonna get made this year. Sear says that frame of yours looks fine. I so want to build that as my first freestyle rig. Yeah, now that I got some other stuff kind of finished up, I'm diving back into this, and I'll start flying this and break it, and then figure out who can cut it. I have a feeling it's just going to be CNC drones. Get this, CNC drones is CNC madness. I had no idea. I just noticed today I was on there, and in the corner it said CNC madness. I was like, oh, I'll bet you if I go to
CNC madness is like his not FPV shop, right? Like he does other CNC, it turns out.
Ah, indeed. Yep, look at that. Industries, combat robots. Yeah, okay. Got it. I thought they were two totally separate websites. Oh, that's interesting. When you click drones, it goes. I thought it would go to the other website. Go ahead, Kevin.
Hey, Ciotti. So when we get our combat robots off the ground, we can get our carbon cut from CNC Madness. Yeah,
I know, right? You would think that I would have noticed it from the logo being exactly the same. That's embarrassing. Whatever. I think it was I was in my cart, and I think it said powered by CNC Madness. I don't know where I was, but it said CNC Madness somewhere. I was like, oh shit. So there's that. Jimmy the Cow says, "Sell me one of your frames, please." Moo, soon, I promise. Sear says, "Can you verify that your frame is True-X, both the unibody and split deck?" No, it is not True-X at all, even a little bit. It is very squished X. True-X, unless you make the canopy really long, like the glide frame, and push the camera really far forward, True-X will always have tons of propeller in view. This frame does have a little bit of propeller in view, but I didn't want it to have like the whole propeller in view. So it is very much squished X. And it is both 20 by 20 and 25 by 25. Penguin says, how has gyro flow been with the Avata Killer? It's okay, but it's not perfect. Like, it's the same kind of deal. Like, if you're not if you run the footage through it and then you sit here and you stare at the footage and like actually watch it, you can see the bad gyro data and you can see the jitters here and there. If you're like not paying attention, it looks better than the raw footage. It is stabilizing it, but then there are moments where the gyro data is no good and it doesn't know what to do, and it like and so like it's, you know, it's not necessarily GyroFlow's fault. It's more DJI's fault, I guess. I don't know. I don't understand how GoPro is putting a gyro into their cameras, and then DJI is the old gyro that DJI must have been using, I guess, is not as well filtered or is just not as good of a gyro as what GoPro uses, which is madness, because like DJI is a drone company, and in the world of drones, we've dealt with gyros that are not good and gyros that are good for the last decade, and so I'm really confused. I don't get it. I'm confused and upset. Denzel says, I think you could do a horizon lock thing in Premiere. Maybe I'm dreaming. Oh my God. I don't know how Premiere would do that. I'm assuming it would have to it would have to have the horizon at all times, because that's the only way to do it. That's the only way. Yeah, it's the only way to do it. CiottiFPV says, you don't have to do the MKV trick. You can expand the motion data section. Click open file and open any file that does not have gyro data. It will fail and then replace it with nothing. Well, the MKV trick Yeah, the MKV trick is how we make a file that does not have gyro data. So, yeah, like the regular flight files have the gyro data baked into them. Um, uh, oh, I think I see what you're saying. It like the function doesn't work. The motion data functionality doesn't work. I mean, it only takes like a second to make the MKV. But if I go in here to the motion data section, and then I click open file, nothing happens. Oh boy. You are fucking testing me today, computer. I'm going to smash you with a hammer! Okay, so if I open this file that does have gyro data, video file is not loaded. Okay. And then I click OK. But see, there's no lens profile. We need to get the lens profile in here. Yeah. Denzel says, yeah, Jimmy the Cow, I'm pretty sure they can do optical horizon stabilization. Interesting. And then Cole says, have you tried doing a first pass with horizon lock and then a second pass with optical flow? I would actually want to do it the other way. But I don't want to do that because now we're cropping in twice and we're already trying to mix itty bitty little action camera sensor recorded footage with DSLR and other nicer camera footage. But you would want to do it the other way, because if you did the first pass with horizon lock on, it would introduce the really harsh jitters. And then the second pass would have to remove those really harsh jitters. I would do it the other way, run it through with optical flow only, and then that gives us... Oh, I guess I couldn't do that, though, because it would strip out the gyro data. Yeah, so I guess I would have to do it the other way. But, yeah, I'm not doing that because I'm not having it crop in twice. RC Throws says, the snozberries taste like snozberries. They do indeed. Cole says, we won't know if they are killer robots until they start killing us. It's true. Yuke says, I got stickers from both when I ordered my frames. Kind of figured it was the same people. The Tom says, I'd be down to watch... Oh, no. Nope. No, that's never going to happen on this channel. I am firmly anti... AI, which I know Kevin uses it at work and has intelligent things to say about the good things that it can do, but you know, I still jerk off manually, and so it is zero artificial intelligence. I got all the artificial intelligence I need up here. I got actual intelligence up here. I'm just not doing it, man. I'm not being a part of the machines killing us all. Go ahead, Kevin.
I actually I'm really annoyed that they branded LLMs as artificial intelligence, because it is
stupid.
It's not.
It is a stupid nomenclature.
Artificial. There was 50 years of artificial intelligence research before LLMs joined the show. Now they're talking really about funny? Artificial general intelligence.
What I realized not too long ago is that we've been in racing games. This might be the same for first-person shooters, but definitely in racing games, we have like always referred to the computer-controlled cars as the AI, for like way before, you know, everybody started saying AI 14 times a day, every single day. Yeah, I just thought that was a little bit weird. Denzel the Terrible says, I'm pretty sure you can just tell Gyroflow to ignore gyro and do optical without jumping through all these hoops. I thought so too. And then I spent a bunch of time looking through it to try to figure that out, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. Cole says, you have to look, is the original video file first but you don't have to change the file name extension. You have to look at the original video file first, but you don't have to change the file name extension. Interesting. So that would mean that I would take, so here's the joined file. So I would drop this joined file in, and it's going to load the gyro data, which is a mess. And so now we've got our lens profile here. And so you're saying then we go to motion data, and we open file, and we click the joined file again, and now it's going to error out. No, it doesn't error out. It reloads the stuff. So that didn't work. I mean, I could always just turn the low pass filter on and put it at like 5%, and that'll basically shut it off. But then I don't think it would do the optical flow. Yeah, it doesn't look like that method works. But it's okay. To create the MKV files, like I said earlier, it only takes like 5 actual seconds. So yeah, it's super easy. Cool. I'm caught up on chat. Let's get to work, god damn it. I want to actually get this done. I don't want to just like say, hey, we're gonna do this, and then I do like 5 minutes of work on it, and it's the end of the live stream. Because I want to fly this goddamn thing. All right, so soldering iron being turned on at 700 degrees.
It's in cheeseburger units.
In cheeseburger Fahrenheits. Okay, so here's my method of perfectly measuring out the motor wires. The bottom of your motor typically has a little bit of motor shaft sticking out. Your frames pretty much all have a hole in the middle for that motor shaft to peek through. So if you push this down against that, it'll like lock the motor in. And so what I do is I do that, and then I pull the motor back a little bit, right? Like there's a little bit of movement, so I'm going to pull the motor away. This is going to give me a little bit of extra wire. And so now here's our pads that we're going to hook this up to. So pull the motor away, and then you can just kind of put your finger down on these motor wires, and that'll sort of lock that in, so in case that flap starts moving around, it's okay, right? So pull it away, give yourself that little bit of extra wire, and then put a finger down on the actual wires themselves. Run the wires down the length of the arm here, put another finger down here, and then just run the wires in the exact route that you want them to. Make sure that the middle wire's in the middle, the left's on the left, the right's on the right. And so just run them down this path that you want them to go on. The other thing I'll do is I'll push down right at the base of the AIO to get just that tiny little bit extra wire length, because I do want the wires to go down and then sit flat against the arm. And so now you've got your wires running exactly the way you want. If you want to double check it, take the motor, drop it back in that hole, and pull away. We're good. That looks good there. This is looking good here. Push down on this maybe a little bit more. And then the last little finger push that counts is the one up on the ESC or up on the AIO. And so get these to where you want them. And there you go. This finger is going to hold this, and then you can take your cutters and just cut. You actually don't even need to cut all the way through. You just need to nick the wires so that you can come back and cut them. Cut them a little bit past the pad. Just ever so slightly past the leading edge of the actual pad that they're going to. It looks like I cut through 2 of them, but this one I didn't cut all the way through. Who cares? Now just cut it the rest of the way. Make sure you don't cut it too short. And now you've got motor wires that are exactly the right length. with a little tiny bit of extra on there just in case something weird happens. And you can test that by holding the motor back in its little spot, running them down, and then boom, there we go. And so now our wire runs are going to be nice and clean. And the next step is to strip and tin these wires with little tiny motors like these. These are what, 24 gauge wires? You could just use your fingernails. Don't strip too much of the silicone off though. If anything, strip too little of the silicone off because you want this silicone to butt up against the AIO or the ESC. And so just strip a little bit off. Strip like a little bit less than you think you need off of here, off of all three of them. What I then like to do is just kind of push down on the existing, like because you're pulling with your fingernails. So sometimes the silicone will kind of stretch out a little bit. So just use your fingernail to push it back down. And so all three of them are now done. Just push back on this one. Now we're going to tin these wires. They should not be frayed, but if they are frayed out, just pinch them to get them all wound up again. You can kind of point them up in the air like that, and now you got a little bit of room to work. Take your little bit of solder here. You're going to push solder in from one side. You're going to put the tip of the soldering iron on the other side. Soldering iron comes out of the stand, and that's when it gets clean. Don't clean it when you put it back into the stand. Put it into the stand dirty, even when you're done soldering for the day. And I have to do all this stuff with a magnified headset because I'm 45 now, and my eyes are absolutely going to shit. Take it out of the stand and clean it one more time. And what you want to do is tin the tip of the soldering iron. So just put a tiny little dot of solder on there. That'll help it transfer heat to the wires. And just like that, there's one soldering iron on one side. Use the solder to push the wire into the little ball of solder on the tip of the iron. And that's all three. Let me just make sure this third one is good to go. You want to be a little bit patient. You got to make sure that the heat transfers into the wire. Take a quick look. Make sure that they're all nice and shiny with solder all the way around. These look great. Now we're going to hook them up to this board. Sometimes I'll bolt the motor down just to... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that. Where have the screws gone? There they are. Just throw one bolt into the motor though. No use bolting it all the way down just in case you need to remove it. Just put one screw in here just to hold it in place so it's not flopping around that much. And all right. So we got our motor held down. I'm going to move the work to me, and I'm going to actually put the motor away from me because I want to come in with my soldering iron like this onto these pads, and then I can hold the wires on this on my left. Probably looks like your guy's right. And so we're going to use fine-tipped tweezers here. I'm going to get all this other shit out of the way. And we're going to go, I'm going to go left to right so that with the soldering iron, I'm not crossing over myself. So I'm going to go this one, then this one, then this one. And you want to spend the majority of your time moving these wires around so that you can get them into the perfect position. Don't take the soldering iron out of the stand until you're completely ready. And so move these wires around, get it so that they're absolutely perfect. In this case, I'm going to run the wires straight into the pads because of where these motor pads are. And so now I couldn't quite get the wire flat. Now we go. There we go. Okay, so that's going to work perfect. Now I'm going to take the soldering iron out of the stand. There's a bunch of flux on here already because I put a good amount of it on when I built this the first time. And then when I came back and built this the second time. And so these pads here have little pockets on the outside. And so what I'm doing is I'm running the wires into the little pockets of the of these pads themselves, and I'm giving them like a little bit of a downward angle. I'll show you in a second. Let me just get these other two on here. And so, hold on, let me get that one out of there. Put it back. Okay. All right, that looks pretty good. Last one. And this one has a little bit of extra solder on it from when I tinned it, but that's okay. All right, and so what I did, the side of the AIO, it's got the pads on top, but then on the outside it's got these little pockets, there's a technical name for it. I ran the wire into it like that, and I actually gave it a little bit of a downward angle too. I could have just run the wire up on top of the pad, but by putting it into this little pocket here, it's going to be really strong because the solder is going to go 360 degrees. Well, I guess not 360, but like, yeah, all the way around the wire. And that makes it nice and strong. The last thing that you always do is check your work. And I can't even tell which one I just did. I think I just did. Yeah, it's that one that I just did.
The word you are looking for is castellation or crenellation.
Castellation. And God damn it. I always remember crenellation.
We're gonna get Danzilla telling me fervently that it's crenellations.
Fair enough. That's good because that's the one that for some reason I remember. And so there we go. You can kind of see the wires are angled downwards a little bit. See that little bit of a downward angle? These ones were a little bit longer, and these are basically soldered flat onto the top part of the pad. As are those. Those ended up kind of getting soldered flat on the top of the pad. It's okay. It's no big deal. I could have gone in and shortened the amount of exposed wire out, but it's not necessarily worth it. These three motors were soldered up to the Tune RC, which doesn't have those pockets in the side of the PCB. And so, yeah, it wasn't really worth it to restrip and retin those wires. Also, because they were cut to a very specific length. With most AIOs, they're gonna put the motor pads in roughly the same place, but not always. And so I did get a little bit lucky here. And so now the way these wires are gonna run, I can just push them down a little bit more here, and they will sit really nice flat on here. I can run a wrap of electric tape around it to hold them down like I did on the rest of these, and that's also how I electric tape down the foam fetuses, because otherwise they just rip right off. And so yeah, there we go. You know what, I'm finishing this build, so let me get the electric tape going. We'll do all the things. This is one of the things that like I never do on the live streams. I always wait until afterwards, but God damn it, we are finishing this tonight. So here we go. This build actually got simpler. The Tune RC AIO doesn't have a ELRS receiver built in, and this HD0 Gamma does. And so I've actually simplified this build, maybe for the first time ever, by taking an external receiver out of it, and now I'm leaving the same little ELRS Immortal T antenna on there, and I'm just gonna clip it into this HD0 Gamma. And all right, so I've stuck the electric tape to the side of the foam foot, and so now I just need to get these wires neat and tidy. And so now I can wrap up over the top to hold those wires down. There we go. And it looks like I've cut this electric tape a little too long, but that's okay. Whenever I do this, I like to... Oh, no, I cut it just right, it looks like. I like to go around at least twice. Yeah, that was just about right. And so... there it is. So we're holding our foam foot on. Actually, I'm going to make this a little bit tighter. What's kind of cool, you can pull down on the foam foot a little bit just to kind of compress it that little bit more. Yeah, there we go. That's looking a little better. It'll just make the foam foot kind of flop around a lot less. And there you go. That's one of the best ways that I've found to hold these wires down, but also keep these foam feet on. Keeping these foam feet attached to your quads is like a fucking Olympic activity. They just rip off constantly. It's absurd. So there we go. Motors are good to go. All we do at this point is plug the goddamn VTX in, which is crazy. There's no external receiver or nothing. So the first thing I'll do is put the Immortal T antenna on here. So let's get that. Throw this on. Nope, that's the front of the quad. Don't do that. This is the back. And so we're going to throw this guy on here. And actually, I'm going to run this under so that it holds that wire downwards. And so let's put this 3D printed piece here, push it all the way down in the back. And there it is. So we're plugging it in up here. So let's run it. Yeah, I'm going to run it on this side of this. And then, perfect. Yeah, it's the exact right length that we need. So there we go with that. And yeah, that's just right. Just enough slack, but not too much.
You want some check?
Yeah. Thank you.
CiottiFPV says, load the original video file, go to motion data, open file, like you wanted to load black box data, and load not a valid file. Oh, interesting. He says, with regard to AI, when you consider most people, LLMs already had them beat the moment it passed the Turing test. What pisses me off is that they still get a vote. That's some flame bait if I've ever heard it.
Fuck yeah. They still get a vote, he says.
Oof.
Fair enough.
Ryan's Dot says parts on the way for Indestructible Whoop. Not sure why, but more excited to build that than a lot of my other rigs. Probably says something about how much AIOs and motors I've broken.
All right, cool. So I do need the cable to... Oh, fuck. I didn't realize... Well, we can work with this, but I need the cable to go between the AIO and the VTX. I had made a cable for the Tune RC because it doesn't have the plug header on it, but this HD0 Gamma does, and so I can just use the cables that come with the O4 light. Let me dig one of those out.
Douglas 6 FPV says castellations, like the outside walls of a castle.
Oh my god, I never put two and two together on that. Good call. Castle.
I thought I said that to you last time this came up.
Maybe. I don't pay attention.
I know. Castle. I think we should start pronouncing the T again.
The castellation?
It's castle. It's a castle.
It's a castle.
No more of this castle stuff. Castle with that hiding the T in the middle. It's a castle. It's a hostel. It's the hostel at the castle.
I'm in. I'm down for castle hostels.
Change approved. Brian's Dot says, building your exact indestructible whoop build, black cockroach frame, 2G4, 40K we bleed 1.5. What is your consensus on the 1219s versus 1210 props for indoors? And any word on the 1.5 millimeter 1207?
None whatsoever. And 1210s are an old propeller. They, for a couple years there, they were the best. But they've been eclipsed by pretty much all of the HQ ultralights and then the 1219Ss. There's no reason not to get a set and try them, but they're very slippy and slidey, and they're not all that lightweight either. So if you want to do bi-blades, the HQ bi-blades are a better bet. Yeah, again, they're not bad. They're just not quite as good. Okay, so I did not mention this. So this frame was designed to as a split base plate here, and it was designed to be relatively slammed. The initial setup of this was 15 millimeter standoffs in the back and 20s in the front. That worked with the Tune RC AIO. That will not work with this HD0 Gamma AIO. This AIO has a big, tall USB-C port here and a big, tall plug header for the HD VTX here. Those are the worst possible locations for those two things, and because of that, it just won't work. You can't slam this stack super low. So I would love to have gone up to 18s in the back and 23s in the front, but I don't have any 18s. I have some on the way. They'll be here in a week. So I've had to go to 20s in the back and 25s in the front, which is totally fine, but I absolutely love slamming builds as low as possible to pull the battery down as close as you can to the CG of the prop line. And so, yeah, I also had to run taller stack screws here because I need to space this VTX out a little bit more from this. And so I need to run little 1 or 2 millimeter spacers on top of this AIO. And I'm going to do that right now. What else is happening in chat?
Ryan says, by the way, I've watched 90% of your streams from the last 2 years while recovering from my shoulder surgery. Haven't been able to do much else, but hyped to get back into flying building.
Nice, dude. Hope the surgery went well. We had Ryan and I had a Fiverr call the day before he was going in for surgery. I was like, oh God. But no, these surgeons are absolute ninjas nowadays. I'm sure he's good.
We have, as I said, we have triggered Danzilla the Terrible with the discussion of castellations versus crenellations.
Out.
Yep, he's in there. He's in there freaking out. Even though I actually looked this up after the last time that we had it, a castellation is more correct when it comes to PCBs. Look it up, Dan.
Really?
Yep. Crenellations is also cromulent.
Did you say cromulent?
Cromulent. You know cromulent?
What the hell is
it? Is a word invented by the writers of The Simpsons for an episode.
No way.
Yeah. So everybody strap in, put on your linguist hats. We're going to go on a trip. So the question is, how do new words happen? Is it when they enter the dictionary, or is it when they enter the common parlance? Right. And so cromulent,
as old as time.
Right. Cromulent is a word that means reasonably applicable, because you understand what people are talking about. When you say castellations and you're referring to a PCB in context of the conversation, you know what those are. If you refer to castellations, you know what those are, right? Sure. Did I say castellations twice? Whatever. Castellations, crenellations, right? We know what those are. But yeah, so cromulent is any word. It's when a word you understood the meaning, even though it's not being used either has ever been used that way before, or potentially is being used in a weird way, and not with a dictionary definition. So it's a perfectly cromulent use.
Interesting. Okay.
The Simpsons, brought to you by The Simpsons.
Yeah. I love it.
I think Lisa says it, and it's from an episode from like the 90s.
Oh my God. Nice. So I'm just using the little close-up camera real quick to show you guys whenever you're going to use a spacer, make sure that that spacer is not hitting something. In this case, both spacers were contacting the two things that are causing me to have to raise this stack up, this plug header and this USB-C. It's an easy fix, though. You just clip a little bit out of the side of the spacer, and away you go. No big deal. Easy money, friends. And then they stay like that. They don't want to rotate because they kind of can't, and so it works totally fine.
Simpsons season 7, episode 16 from 1996.
Good God, 1996.
Isn't it amazing that Simpsons has been on for nearly 4 decades at this point?
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. Not surprising, but
what was the original airing? It was 1989.
Wow, that's bananas. All right, so I think I'm gonna put this. I think I'm gonna orient it. I can do
staring at
either
your
like
toolbox,
this,
by the way,
or like this. God damn it! Thank you.
Yeah. What I'm here for.
I can do it if I do it like this. Here's the problem: if I put it like this, it being the VTX, this wire goes from there to there to there, and so I've got a shitload of extra wire, so I twist the shit out of it, but it's still, kind of annoying. What is nice about putting the VTX like this is the camera wire exits the back, and so that eats up all this camera wire, which is really nice. And then the video antenna is up here, and so that eats up all the video antenna wire. So I like that, but putting it like this, rotating it 180 degrees, these are the two best orientations because of this USB port, right? We're going to be plugging into this USB port all the time to get the footage off this thing. So you want the USB port to be either here or here. If I rotate this 90 degrees, the USB port's going to be here, and it's going to be way harder to plug into it, or the USB port's going to be here, and it's going to be a pain in the ass. And so these are the two sort of ideal orientations. If I do it this way, now these two plugs are on the opposite side, and so that's good. But then I just have to run the antenna wire. This is probably the way I'm going to set it up. So antenna wire, that's fine. That ate up the space. It's making that turn. No big deal. And then the camera wire, I'm just going to have to like twist a little bit and sort of just bundle up in here. Although, look at that. It's doing with one. Whoa. What is that about?
That's loose.
Why is that? Okay, I know why. Because I was using different front standoffs. I have these like in the back right now. There's these hex standoffs which are a little bit bigger. Do I have any? What's in the front? The front is 25. I don't have any hex 25s. So an easy solution is just to throw some shrimp wrap around these standoffs. That's actually what I'm going to do. It's just super simple. And when the 18 millimeter standoffs come, I'm going to swap this thing out. So this is completely fine. So I'm just going to grab a little piece of shrimp wrap here and throw it down. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Get off of there. Oh, my God. What have I done? Oh, there it goes. Okay. Just fold that in half and clip it. Teddy Spaghetti's coming. All right. So we got a couple pieces of shrimp wrap. Let's just throw these on here real quick. And I'm going to push them all the way down because most crashes are going to be flat bottom. That's fine. Okay. Oh my God. Get on there.
You want some more comments while you fight with that?
Yes, please.
Congrats on your frame. This is Ryan Sadat again. Congrats on your frame. Is this the final version, or are you going to keep making changes?
Hopefully this is the final version.
I have a thought for you, actually.
It depends on how the other one breaks. Go ahead.
How do you feel about mounting a VTX to the top plate?
It's super annoying because then what do you do with your battery strap, right? This is set up for it. This does have 25 by 25 mounting up here. And so the best way of doing it is you run screws down, you put a 2mm spacer. That gives you enough room to put your battery strap through, and then you put it on there. I almost did that on this setup, but it's... what I like about that is that you can remove the two, you can remove the two upper rear screws, and then you remove the bottom front screws, and your top plate comes off with the front standoffs and your camera and the VTX, and then it needs the antenna, so you just pop this antenna up and off. And then your top plate has your video system, and you just use a plug to unplug on both sides. That's the way that I build the live broadcast rigs in the box frames, and it works really, really well. The problem is there's a little bit of wasted space because you're going to have the VTX and then a set of nuts. And then on the bottom plate, you're going to have a set of nuts as well. So you got to have clearance for two sets of nuts. And I'm building this as tight as I possibly can. And so there's not room for my nuts in this build, Kevin. So that's the problem.
Sometimes you just got to figure out where your nuts go. You got to shift things around a little bit.
But yeah, it's a cool setup. It's a really cool setup because it means that your camera system is kind of free to move about the cabin. You know, with the seatbelt light turned off, of course.
Ryan also says, I should have clarified. I was asking for your favorite 1.2-inch prop on 1.5mm shaft for indoors.
There's only two options. You should get them both. Get the 1210 bi-blades and get the 1219S. Well, I guess there's more options than that, but those are the two most recent options, and they are way better than any of the other ones. So yeah, just get both of those, and then fly them both, and you'll probably like the 1219S is better, if I'm totally honest. But they're both pretty good. This is not working.
Paraphrase Arrested Development. What's a bag of props cost, Ciotti? $10?
What is it? It's Job asking that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's what's a banana cost, Michael? $10?
Banana, that's right.
It's when they're trying to figure out, oh man, it's been 15 years since I watched Arrested Development. I think it's when they're trying to figure out some way to like shrink the income from or launder money through the banana stand.
That would make a lot of sense. I can see that conversation happening. The shrimp wrap didn't work. I'm gonna figure out another way. Hold on. What else is happening in Chad?
Ryan also says, you ever try USB-C extension boards for when a frame or board has inconvenient placement?
I've not had to try one yet. I have one floating around here somewhere. Yeah, like if I absolutely had to do it, I would do it. But I try to keep these builds as clean and simple as possible. And so yeah, that's more for like a bind and fly. If there's a bind and fly with like a custom plastic molded kind of frame setup, they'll have to do that. On these carbon fiber frames, usually they should be sort of open enough that we don't have to do that. But sometimes you got to do it. Sometimes you just gotta go that route.
Ryan is on a roll. How do you and Kevin manage your time so well that you guys are able to do these streams, run events, spend time with your families, etc.? I feel like you guys are time management ninjas.
Oh, I'm absolutely not. Kevin might be, but I'm not at all. I struggle big time. I work a lot, but the priority in my life is my family, and so that's it. Like everything stops if someone in this family needs something from me, and that kind of that just having that attitude sort of serves as faux time management. And so, like, if the kids need something or if Maggie needs something, it's like, nope, I'm doing that right now. And then any time left over is, but luckily they're fairly low maintenance. The kids are both teenagers. Sage is 19 years old, so he's doing his own thing. Florence is 15 now, just finished her sophomore year of high school, and so yeah, I'm very lucky. They are relatively self-sufficient. They make their own food most of the time. So yeah, but I am absolutely not great at time management. I was when I was a project manager, like I was at work, but like at home, I have a hard time like bringing that home, so to speak. How about you, Kevin?
Having two young kids has actually made me more disciplined about my calendar.
Right.
Yeah. I think becoming a senior IC and then a manager for a little while, where I was dealing with a bunch of meetings at work, it got me really into calendar discipline. At work, I call it calendar engineering frequently because I have to like figure out where things are and who I need to meet with. And
yeah,
but yeah, that plus running my own projects. I was my own project manager for a while. When we didn't have, in fact, I'm still my own project manager right now. I don't know what I'm thinking, using that in the past tense. And so organizing stuff is kind of a second. It's a second large portion of my job. And then yeah, so like when I started on Castle Crash, that was the first thing that I brought was a whole lot of organization.
nice.
And yeah, it's just scheduling things and acknowledging that there are going to be things that surprise you throughout your day. And when those things happen, you have to stick to your priorities. My family is my priority, just like Ciotti said. But they are well compartmentalized. Like my youngest is going into kindergarten this year, so they'll both be on the same schedule, which is going to be amazing. And then they're at school. But like, if I get a call that like, oh, one of them has upchucked or whatever, right? Like, okay, I have to go take care of that. Sorry, work. You're second. You come second.
Yeah.
And it's happened with these live streams, right? Like, there have been times where there's stuff going on Monday night, and I have to go handle that. But yeah, like everything is organized in my calendar, and I try to keep things meticulous. It doesn't always work out that way, but that's just my calendar. I'm
pretty good about using Apple's calendar as well.
Yeah.
I have to be. It's just the only way I can remember stuff.
Yes.
But like I was crazy, like when it was a part of my job, I was like crazy about it. But now it's just, yeah, it's not like it once was. But I mean, I use it exactly as much as I need to. I guess is a way of kind of thinking about it.
Yeah. The other thing is, like, I have suspected for a long time that I have some sort of attention deficit. And so not having a calendar means I miss things.
Right. Yeah, that shit'll weirdly help with stuff like that because it forces your hand. It's like I could either do this or people are gonna hate me, and I don't like when people hate me. So cool,
Douglas.
Guess I'm doing this.
Douglas 6 asserts Ciotti doesn't sleep.
Yeah, I mean that helps.
Yeah.
Not sleeping much helps, but I'm also somebody that absolutely makes time for play, and I probably make more time than most for play, because if I don't, I will literally go crazy. And so I will play an hour of video games a day, pretty much every day. Like, it's just something that I know that I have to do, or my brain starts to attack me. I think what happened a second ago is I didn't wait for this shrink wrap to cool down. I have now waited for it to cool down. Let's see if it acts right this time. Nope, it's still bunching up. Damn it. I've done this before. God damn it.
You can do it. Have faith.
I mean, I can just mash it. She's mashing it. Let me just try to sneak up on it. I'm trying to sneak up on it a little bit. It's not working. I can't sneak up on it.
Just have to print a couple more.
Yeah.
Let's
do this. Let's just mash it. Go ahead, Kevin.
I've got, I have a 3D design for this exact problem, right? That is parameterized, and all you need to do is tell me how wide the camera, how far apart the standoffs, and how girthy are your standoffs.
I think I have a stash of these. I have not had to go into this stash in a while. Hold on, let's see. I do indeed. Oh my god.
Hey, look. Okay. Hey, look, it's a big box.
Look, a stash. Son of a bitch. If these are 18 millimeter standoffs, I'm going to slap someone. Be an 18 millimeter standoff. 19? What?
No, that's just a 20 you've ground off.
That's a 20.
It's got to be a 20. Appropriate timing, given that it's 11:22. Ryan asks, "Are you flying today?"
Not if I don't put batteries on the charger. I planned on it. I put #6 batteries into the live stream, but then I forgot to put batteries on the charger. So good looking out, brother. I'm gonna put 3 newbie drone Nitro. Oh god, Nitro Nectar Gold NX69s on the charger here, and at 11:50 we will do a little bit of flying.
Cool.
I can't believe how long it's taking me to mount this effing camera. Go ahead, Kevin.
You made an important comment just a minute ago. Making time for play, and it's not just play; it's your own mental health. Schedule that shit once a week. Be sure that you're going out to fly or going to play. Like the things that I do in my life: flying, D&D, streaming video games. Those are the things that I just like can turn off my brain most of the time and chill out, except for this live stream. But it's like I schedule those things like Saturday afternoons are fly days, Saturday evenings are D&D days. Like, and I make sure to have those things happen religiously, because otherwise I'm not clearing my brain of the things that haunt me throughout the week, right? Like work or
continue barking all week long.
Yep. And it builds over time. So you have to maintain your outlets, schedule your outlets, whatever it is. If it's painting, if it's skateboarding, if it's whatever, make time for it on a regular basis, put it in your schedule and stick to it, and only override those things. Pork sorting. Oh, okay.
It's a super obscure Top Gear joke.
All right. Okay. All right.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
it's so true. Like it seems super weird, but like it is 2026. Like it's okay to have to schedule fun. Like it's better to schedule it than to not fucking do it and go absolutely crazy.
The other one that you need to do regularly, but is harder to schedule, is be social. You need to talk to other people.
Yeah.
Luckily for me, fly days and D&D are very social events for me. But I remember a time in my life when it was like, oh, I go to work. I work 10 hours. I go home. I pet my cat and I play video games. Single player video games.
Another person in 6 months.
Yep. Other than the people that I work with, I haven't seen anybody or do anything other than think about work. And it's time for me to actually go interact with some other humans. I spent about 6 months of my life that way, and it's not a great time.
That's that's one of the great things that social dancing, modern swing, in my case, has done. Is it's a room full of other people that want to interact with other people and kind of also want to learn how to dance a little bit, and so that's been a really nice way of facing another human being and saying, "Hi, my name is Aaron. What is your name?" It's like we just don't do anymore. We don't do that anymore. It's crazy. So,
People complaining that I'm too loud. I backed off my microphone a little bit. Maybe that'll.
Discord, Mac Audio. It's not clipping. Interesting.
No. Okay. Ryan says, is there any utility left in 4+ blade props on any build? The 1209 really. 4 blade with the 1.5 millimeter shaft looking intriguing. Looks like you didn't like.
If you want it to be quiet, if you want a quiet prop, that's the only reason to do a quad blade. But they're so grippy. Like it's not great. You won't like the way they fly. Try them though. It's interesting. They're also very heavy, so the response time sucks.
Are you still running the 5 blades on your Cinesplores?
100%, because I want them to be quiet. The main reason for those is quiet. Also, though, a secondary reason is that the motors don't make enough power for picking up a giant GoPro Hero 12. I would need like an extra 500, 600, 700 kV on the motors, and they don't make any motors like that. And so you can kind of get around that with either more pitchy or more bladed propellers. And in my case, it's more pitchy propellers. This camera mount is not going to work.
CiottiFPV says, I would kill for an AI that I could trust to run my calendar.
Oh my God. Yeah, right? That would be a scary thing to trust it with.
It's funny that he uses the word trust. That has been almost a meditation for me over the last couple of months. Trust and how important it is between people. And the tools that you use, right? Like AI is a tool at the end of the day. Large language models are tools that we use.
Yep.
And if you can't trust the things if you can't trust your tools, can you really use them?
Very good tools.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Part of that trust, though, is also learning the limitations of each one of your tools. Like, I had an incident where I was using one of my MIP drivers, the one that Ciotti has in view right there, to push something through something else, and shattered the shaft. Turns out, don't use those as pushing tools. They're screwdrivers.
Oh my God, on the MIP driver, no way.
Yep, on a MIP driver. I still have an empty slot in my MIP driver holsters. And it was the 1.5 millimeter one also, and it's like every friggin' screw in FPV is either that or two.
That's the wrong
especially
one
on micros. It's the wrong one to break.
The wrong one to break.
In fact, maybe I'll. I wonder if I've got to put in an order at A Main Hobbies for RC truck stuff. I wonder if they carry MIP drivers.
There's a bunch of shops that carry MIP drivers. I'm like, I would never have thought that you carry them, but I'm glad that you do. Right.
CiottiFPV says, any reason why you're not using black shrink wrap? I think it shrinks thinner than clear does.
Son of a bitch. I never thought about that. I found a mount that's going to work, though, so I'm fine. But that's pretty cool. That's a very cool observation. Good call.
Cool. CiottiFPV says, problem is, I don't trust anyone.
You're in good company, man.
The Madman says, I'm here for the live rips.
It's coming. They're coming. Give me a minute. This is the last little thing I'm going to do, I promise.
Kozak talk. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Kozak says his audio is way too loud. He's like double Ciotti volume wise.
It's because I'm sitting at the bench. It's okay. Yeah, it's because I'm sitting at the bench. So on this scene, I'm gonna take this and drop it down 2 dB. All right, yeah, that'll be better. Yeah, no, when I'm sitting at the bench, the microphone's not pointing directly at me. So yeah, that's all that is.
All right. Mupshot, Jimmy the Cow, and Frank Nicholas all talking about volume. PV says, I got a set of 2-inch 5 blades to try. I bet they corner like crazy.
Yeah, the 4, 5, 6 blade props, they're quite the thing. It's tough because like it just you try to like do anything with momentum and it just punishes you. Like you get going really fast and you spin around, it just stops. It's wild what a difference it makes. But man, are they quiet. Boy, is it nice to have a super silent propeller sometimes. But yeah, they are quite the different thing, and they're so goddamn heavy too. Like the other problem is like that they just feel super heavy. Like you stab the throttle and there's this big delay with them. But you know, on a Cinewhoop, which is typically the only reason to really run them, it's not that much of a deal breaker because you're not really doing sharp throttle movements typically. But it does suck when you like get into a bunch of prop wash and it's just like flopping all around because the propellers are so heavy. But yeah, they've got a use, just like all things in FPV. They have a pretty specific use. But I tend to get more frustrated with them, and they also kind of kill efficiency a little bit too. So there's a lot of negatives, but they're a good tool. If you've got like a motor that's way too low of a KV, but you're desperate to run it, they are a absolute godsend. If you're like desperate, but then replacing that motor with something that has enough KV is the right answer down the road. But like it's nice to have a couple of like 4 and 5 blade props just handy. If you like get a new set of motors and you're not happy with the amount of power that they're making, you can just throw those on and see if it makes the situation better or worse to kind of learn if you need to bail on that motor, or maybe you can just run some more voltage or whatever, or just find like a really pitchy tri-blade or something like that. There we go. Camera's in there. I just got to throw some nuts on it. Well, let's do that real quick. Now we're gonna finish this. We're finishing this. Top plate's going on. We got a half an hour. We're good.
Comrades EUC says, Ciotti, I got some sand, dirt, and a motor today. Now it's all grinding. What are some ways to get it out? Crying face emoji.
All right, so you're gonna get fun tack or poster tack or any of this shit. Any of
silly
this
putty,
like putty stuff. Yeah, silly putty. And then you're gonna stuff that into the bell of the motor. So you got to pull the bell off the motor, which is the most annoying part if it's an itty bitty motor, because it's gonna be a stupid ass little C clip in there that's a real pain in the ass to get out. But just be patient, and you'll absolutely get the motor bell off. Do not use hot glue. I tried that recently, and it is not a good idea. Use fun tack, and you're just going to jam it in there against the magnets, and when you pull it out, you'll see all the garbage that's in there. And then just do that a couple times. You'll see it'll get a little bit more clean every time you do it, and then you'll be good to go. I was literally doing that today on my 5-inch rig that I blasted face first into a railing at Sloss and just absolutely demolished like everything on it. And then when it fell to the ground, it got metallic magnetic dust all up in the motors. But yeah, totally fixable. No big deal.
Brian says, Ciotti, Kevin is a wise man.
Indeed he is.
Thanks, Ryan. The man says, live rips. Yes, I'm rushing you. Keep pushing, Kev. I think we know what man's here for.
Yeah, right. All right. Cool. Good to
let's
go.
see.
So now that we got this all stacked up, I've got these wires running in between. So what I'm going to do is push down on the VTX to make sure that the wires are not pinched, and they're not. There's a little bit of motion. I'm going to push down on the AIO to make sure that it has its own motion, and we're good to go there. So then the wires go through the middle. What I like to do is just kind of poke at the wires a little bit just to make sure that they're free. You just want to make sure that these wires aren't pinched anywhere. Make sure that you can push them and they move around freely in between the two boards, and then they exit over here, and I had to put a little 90-degree twist in them, and that's actually kind of really nice. That 90-degree twist tucked the wires in there real slick like. This camera cord, I'm just going to push down just so that there's nothing going up into the top plate, because the top plate is going to have a battery strap, right? There's going to be a battery strap going right across the top of this AIO. And so with this on here, yeah, see, so these standoffs are too tall. 1823 is going to be the way to go. This is what it looks like with 2025, and there's this massive gap on top, which drives me insane. This HD0 Gamma AIO, I don't think that this is the best AIO for this. It doesn't have black box. It's probably going to be really durable, but like just the location of this plug header and this USB-C kind of suck. And so I don't think I would really recommend this HD0 Gamma AIO for my frame, but it does work. I mean, it's going to be fine. It could be a really durable AIO, so maybe it's actually good, but it just sucks that there's no black box, and it sucks that this USB-C and this plug header are in like basically the exact wrong spots. Like if they were to pick the worst possible spot, that would be it. Obviously, they did not do that, but it just happened to be like this. Okay, so then we've got our battery strap, which is going to sit like that. And so everything looks good. The last thing to check is your battery leads. Make sure that, because they're exiting off the AIO on the bottom, make sure they're not hitting into the VTX. I soldered them at a little bit of an angle outwards to make sure that didn't happen. And so we are totally fine there. They are going to go up like that, and they're going to sit like this. And so that's looking really good. So let's get this top plate with battery strap drop down here. We've got some big fat socket headed screws to drop in here, and we're done. And I just have to do all the setup bullshit with this AIO, of course. Go ahead, Kevin.
While you're screwing, Ryan says, tagged you and Cole, and says, Hoarder Sam did an analog 2-inch build for like 7 minutes of runtime on with 5 blades and wood props on a 450 mAh as opposed to 2 to 3 minutes on GymFan 2008.
That's weird. Is it like a?
I don't know how that math works.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I need to see his build.
I'm guessing that those other propellers are way too low of a pitch, and they were like outside of the efficiency window of the motors or something like that. That's crazy. But basically, like in propeller design, the tips of each blade of the propeller makes dirty air, and so the less blades there are on a propeller, the more space there is for that dirty air to dissipate when each blade comes around before the next one goes slamming into that dirty air. And so the less blades, the more efficiency is the long and short of the situation there. But it's not that easy in FPV. There's a million different things going on. So it could have been, there could be some other shit going on there.
Ryan Sadat says, what motors are on the build you're putting together again?
This is these are Oddity RC 1405.
1405.
Yeah, what's the KV? 4800 KV. They're called Spinny Boys.
Spinny Boys, yeah.
I don't know if these are good motors though. These motors could have been the reason that the Tune RC board caught on fire. So nobody buy these motors yet. This is the first time I'm using these motors. I don't know anything about them. So yeah, everybody hold off on these motors. They're fucking annoying to get though. You can only get them from Oddity RC's website. It's going to take a couple weeks to get to you. But there aren't many 1405s available, and there aren't many motors in this KV available. These motors make really big power, which is more, I think, the reason that the 2NRC board blew up. It's only rated for 2 to 4S. I was running it on 4S with powerful motors, and so I just think that I was asking too much from it. Try to never run electronics to their limits, right? If it's a 2 to 4S AIO, run it on 2S or 3S. Don't run it on 4S. And so this is how this is going to go. This battery cable is going to tuck into that, and then this comes around and plugs in there. And so now all of our wiring is nice and clean. We don't have any wires hanging out trying to get into the propellers. And so there it is. That is my build. Back, ready to go. So I just have to set up the HD0 Gamma, and I'll get this thing up in the air tomorrow or the next day, and have some flight footage for you guys on Wednesday. Cool.
So as the kids say, it's time to send it. Gotta rip a pack.
Yikes. The batteries aren't even done charging yet.
For those of you that don't know, these are all the sayings in FPV that trigger Ciotti the most.
Just make me want to scream and pee my pants at the same time. All right, I turned the batteries up. They were only on a half an amp. I turned it up to 1 amp, so they'll be done in a second. I might even just pull one of them and fly it real quick.
If you listen, you can hear the angry pixies screaming.
That's true. You can hear me losing my mind.
Mupshot 2337.
I see it. Why would so much gap be bad? I always worry about my strap damaging the board below if it's too slammed. The higher the top plate is, the higher the battery, which is pretty heavy. And so it pushes so your prop line is where you want your center of gravity. And so if you look at where the prop line is, it's up here, right? And so, well, here. Really? Okay, I was going to say, I don't have a single propeller floating around. So there we go. So that's our prop line. And so the prop line is here. We've got all the motor weight below it. We've got the whole base plate of the carbon fiber below it. And we've got the majority of the electronics and the camera and some TPU below that prop line, right? So most rigs are bottom heavy. And so the battery, I try to pull it down. The battery is really heavy though. And so on one hand, like if you really want to try to center the CG top to bottom, maybe moving the battery up higher might actually help with the CG, but these standoffs take a hell of a beating every single time you slam this thing into stuff. And so the shorter these standoffs are, they become way more durable with all this battery weight on top. And so I always try to pull that battery down as much as possible to get it sort of in line. And the other thing that it does is even if your CG is still a little bit low, you're centralizing the center of gravity, right? Like if you put the battery up too high, now you've kind of done what we do on the pitch axis, where you've spread all this weight on the pitch axis. And so getting the CG right is important, don't get me wrong, but centralizing the mass is also really, really important. And so you got to kind of balance those two things. But to be honest, the big thing is the durability of the standoffs. I really like the standoffs to be short. It's why my glides held up so well. My freestyle glides were all on 15 millimeter standoffs, and they were really strong. Like I never bent standoffs until Sloss, when I practically tore a 15 millimeter standoff in half. That was unbelievable. But yeah, that's sort of my philosophy on it. B. Kirk says, but you're right. It is kind of sketchy to have the battery strap so close. I really prefer battery straps with a plastic buckle. But Yeah, this one does not. And I'm pretty weird about the battery strap. Like when I open the battery strap, I'm pretty weird about keeping that metal away from the electronics. Patrick actually is the reason for that. Patrick had a build with a metal strap, and the metal buckle rotated down and bridged the pads, and the ESC just blew up. I think before he even got to fly it. And so yeah, I'm always very cognizant of where that piece of metal is when the battery is plugged in.
This is another reason to always make sure that you are strapped in while plugged in.
Mm-hmm.
So you strap in, plug in, and then unplug, strap out.
B. Kirk connected OVX 300 to Happy Model Super X HD on RX2 and TX2, but he's getting no OSD. The first thing I always do is I assume that I got the RX and the TX reversed, and so I'll always just flip those. Analog, no OSD. We used to troubleshoot that all the goddamn time. I haven't troubleshot that in forever.
Is that
Could
one of the
also
boards
be
that
Tramp versus
Smart Audio? TBS Smart Audio.
Yep. So you got to look up the OVX 300 and see what protocol it's on. See if it's on Tramp protocol or Smart Audio. And then Smart Audio 2.1 versus 2.0 versus 3? 1?
OVX doesn't have the OSD chip on board, does it? It's not one of those. No, it's not. Oh, it's not. It is an open VTX board, though.
Fuck, that's all I can think of.
Do you have
make sure it's on in the configurator tab.
Presumably you didn't do the thing. You didn't skip wiring. You didn't wire the camera directly to that board, right? You actually wired it to the flight controller and then wired video out from flight controller up to the VTX.
Good call. Yep. Gotta make sure of that.
Beans is in the chat. He says that VTX can take Tramp, Smart Audio, or also MSP. Oh wow, it takes MSP as well.
What?
Yes, I want OSD chips, analog OSD chips, to move onto the VTXs. I that's how it works with digital. We should do it with analog as well.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody go email your favorite FPV manufacturer right now.
They can ignore us all at once.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, I forgot to show you guys this. This is what it looks like when you lose an 03 ND filter. Ready? Oh wait, no, that's not it. Wait, where is it? Where's the thing? Where's the memory card? Hold on. Unplugging and plugging. Go ahead, Kevin.
I'm sitting here waiting to watch this momentous occasion of losing an ND filter.
Oh shit, I deleted it. Okay, never mind.
It's that trombone.
I lost an 03 ND filter, and you can literally see it. As I'm tumbling across the grass, it goes from like relatively dark to very bright. And so I was out there looking for it for like 10 minutes, and then I just gave up. It's in the grass, like right down the street. I know like a general path where it was, because the quad tumbled across the grass. But yeah, try to find one of these in the fucking grass. No, not happening. But I am going to go back out tomorrow and check, because it's very annoying to just lose the ND8. And it's a camera butter filter. So yeah, we're going to fly the Hummingbird V4 in a minute. These batteries are
ready.
4.33. I'm just going to pull one of them. It's fine. 4.33 is close enough.
Do it.
All right, people, I'm going to fly 3 batteries so that you can fly 6 batteries. If you don't fly 6 batteries today, what the hell? Come on. Do it. Do it now, or don't do it at all. What does that mean? Look at this thing. Should I fly it with 2.5-inch propellers? Look at that little tiny propeller on there. I'm too small. It's not the right propeller for it. Get off of there. By the way, 2.5-inch testing will continue very soon. B. Kirk sent me, I'm sorry, Matthew Arose rather sent me a bunch of 2 sets of 1203s and 1 set of 1204s, which are going to get tested on the Bando Turtle. I had to take a little break from testing that because it was like all I was doing for almost a month. But I've taken enough time away from it where I'm excited to do it again. So yeah, lots more testing coming soon. Hummingbird V4 with pretty much just a propeller and camera swap. Canopy swap. Swapped over to a Bri-Brain canopy and HQ 1.2 by 0.9 by 3 propellers. The OSD is real bad on this one, so buckle up, buttercups. Oh man, I've been had to unplug this video receiver in a while.
While he's doing that, guesses in chat for how soon his Fat Shark goggles start beeping.
Oh, I just pulled them off the charger, so it won't beep on this live stream. But, you know, I'm about to fly 3 batteries, so they'll be pretty much dead by the end of these 3 batteries. And so next live stream, they'll be beeping all over the fucking place. And then I can scream and yell and pee all over, just like Teddy Spaghetti.
CiottiFPV says, got my 6-packs charged while I was washing dishes. Already flew 6 on the Meteor 7504 outside earlier.
Oh, shit.
Is that 12? He's flying 12 today? Madman says, time to rip a pack or 3. You are absolutely correct, sir. Here we go. Mupshot says, gotcha. Ooh. It's a balance issue as much as a clearance issue. Trade one for another. CiottiFPV.
Indeed. Trading one for that's gonna be my new FPV name. Trade one for the other.
Let's see, is that talking about the prop line stuff, the battery straps and such?
Say again. Yes.
Is that
yes.
Talking about that, yeah. I had a thought about that actually earlier last week when I was talking to a friend of mine. We realized one of the reasons why slamming stuff actually makes it feel so much better is it's aligning the center of mass with the center of thrust. So things just fly a little nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cool way of thinking about it. Shit. Oh, God.
Ryan's dot says, OMG 4800 kV. That thing is going to scream with the 04 light and that much power. I think the speed is going to be nuts, especially on higher pitch props.
Yeah, it had good power. That's for sure. I won't run it on high pitch props though. I'll pick like a lower pitch prop for it. Man, I'm flying like a bag of smashed assholes right now. What is going on? Yeah, one of the things I like about these motors is they have enough kV to where I'm not locked into like the highest pitch 3-inch prop. Most motors that make sense. Oh my God, that makes sense on 3-inch builds don't have enough kV. What?
This is your first one to throw away, bud. You are having a time.
Look at the hang time.
Yeah, I run on my 3-inch right now. I'm still running Rip Squeak V2 frames. Rest in peace, BQE. I run 1404 4600s right now, and I cannot run like Jim Fan flashes. Forget about it. Like there, no way, no how could those things run on that. I was running Wind Dancers, which are fragile. They're kind of fragile props, but they felt really comfortable on those. And I've moved to the Hurricanes, which are 3025s, I think. So they're kind of a mid pitch.
3025. Which ones are those? 3025. Why can't I picture that propeller?
They're kind of new. When's the last time that you were flying 3-inch regularly?
5 years ago.
Yeah. sorry, 30-20. 30-20. So they're on the low end.
I know those. Yeah. They're good, but they just need more pitch. Just give me more pitch, you bastards. Give me a strong, pitchy prop, for Christ's sakes. Is that too much to ask? Woo, Teddy!
Ryan's Dot says, "Oh man, he is full of the vinegar tonight.
He's furious.
You know, Germans in their vinegar, they love to pickle everything.
He's furious. Look at him.
He is.
Look how angry he is.
He's ready. He's ready.
Jesus, what a little lunatic."
Ryan says your outro song is insanely catchy, man.
I know, right? Goddamn AI.
Yeah, dude. I was just talking with Madman in Discord today or yesterday. Have you caught Hang Time on Tuesday nights, Ciotti?
Yes.
Their intro song is also very catchy.
I haven't seen the intro.
I was playing Star Citizen yesterday and humming it while on Discord with them.
Nice.
Anyway, Give Me the Cow says Ryan Zadot made it for CiottiFPV by FizzPV. Oh, he's telling Ryan that FizzPV made the intro song and the outro song.
Indeed.
Ryan says, Ciotti, which battery straps come with plastic buckles? I haven't been able to find any, but I've definitely seen them around.
I do not. The only ones I know of at this point are the ethics ones. There used to be lots, and so I have a whole bunch of them, but they are admittedly hard to find. At some point, I'm going to have some made. RJX, I think it is, will make battery straps for you. And so one of the 7,000 things that I've wanted to do for a while now, but just cannot find the time, is have battery straps made in a very specific length with plastic buckles. That thing crashed and just stopped. Oh, because it went... I was going to say, how did that even happen? It went inside of my flight bag. It was such a funny crash.
There you go. Dropping a link in chat to those. I believe they are plastic buckle. Yeah, those are the plastic buckle RJX hobby straps.
Oh, nice.
8-pack for $10, $9.59. I think the zeitgeist is around metal straps, metal buckle straps right now, because the plastic ones, when you are bashing the bandos and racing the gates on 5-inch, those will explode and send the battery hurling when you crash hard enough.
Yeah, the plastic straps, the plastic buckles absolutely break. I try to run 2 of them to get around that. But yeah, there is a massive difference in strength between the plastic and the metal. I used to run the plastics because they were lighter. I was so obsessed with weight for a while there. And they are legitimately lighter. But, yeah.
Ryan Zadot says, what are your second and third most durable 1S AIOs after the 2G4 in your experience?
No such thing. None of the AIOs are durable. The 2G4 is so magical because it's the only one that's durable.
See, you say that, and then I was just looking at my box of dead 1S electronics the other night, and it's like 5 2G4s.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How did you kill that many? Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I thought I had only ever killed like 1 or 2, and then I looked in the box, and it was like there's either 4 or 5 of them in the box, and that's out of... I think I only have 1 in service still.
Jesus, what are you doing to your whoops?
My house has hardwood floors.
That'll do it.
Yep. And it's almost it's varying things, but it's usually either an ESC channel is blown up or video's gone and the VTX is fried.
Yeah, durability with tiny whoops is rough. If we can get any durability, it's a miracle.
Mopshot says, if I was paying attention, I don't think the OSD issue was analog on an HD AIO. I don't think there is an OSD chip on the AIO.
Oh, well, that'll do it. Yeah, if the flight controller doesn't have a an OSD chip, then
I feel very vindicated in my previous statement that analog VTXs need to start shipping the OSD chip on them.
Right, for sure. So I've got a motor that seems angry, or it could be an ESC channel that has imploded. So the motor still spins fine. It doesn't seem to be hung up. The motor is twitching a little bit. And okay, so one of the wires broke off the motor. So there's the end of that. I will grab the Hummingbird Race to finish this battery off and fly the last battery, but this now needs to get repaired because right there at the base of the motor, one of the wires, you can see it, broke right on off. That is why it's important to put that little piece of shrink wrap here. Happy Model puts a little piece of shrink wrap right there at the motor base, which makes a huge difference in that not happening. And so if you have a tiny whoop motor without that little piece of shrink wrap, put that piece of shrink wrap on there. There's a little PCB with the 3 pads on it that we solder our wires up to. That PCB, you want the shrink wrap to grab around that PCB, and then there's a little bit of extra shrink wrap that this sticks up, so that what happens is when you grab your tiny whoop, when you pick it up, a lot of times you'll touch in here where this is, and you bend that little tiny 30 gauge wire a bunch of times. It's only got like 8 individual strands in there, and eventually they break just like that. So yeah, when I fix that, I'll put a little piece of shrink wrap on that one. Teddy, stop! That's a shipping label, you jackass. What are you doing? What's the matter with you? What's this dog doing? Chat, what's this dog doing? Somebody get this dog out of here. Somebody get this dog under control. I can't control him.
Ryan's Dot says,
we're going to the race.
Do you know if the diamond-shaped Beta FPV boards without an Express LRS have the same VTX problems as the other Beta FPV boards from the previous generation? Thanks for answering all my questions.
the diamond
Beta FPV boards, not the Happy Model
Beta
ones.
FPV.
Because I know you were thinking Happy Model, and those are garbage.
Yeah, useless. The diamond. Why can't I picture the diamond Beta FPV board? I can't.
Can't remember the name of it
for some reason. But the older Beta FPV boards were not great.
Oh, it's the new Air AIO.
The new Air AIO.
Here, you want?
The new Air AIO. That's shaped like a diamond. Oh, yeah.
It's like they cut off the top of it.
Right. The new Matrix, right? the new Matrix?
It's on Beta FPVs. It's called the Air Brushless Flight Controller. For $45. Oh my God.
Their naming convention sucks so much.
Their naming convention does suck. They're not alone, to be clear. I think you do.
I don't know
there's a link to it in chat.
All right, hold on. Let me see. Air AIO. My brain has turned to mush. How is that different than the Matrix?
It's possible it's the one they put in the Matrix, but
so this is the one. What did they remove from this?
Express LRS, right? That's what I think that's what Ryan said.
Is that it? Brushless flight controller.
5-in-1. No, 4-in-1.
No, it does have VLRS on it.
5-in-1. There's 2 versions. What is the thing that they dropped between the 5-in-1 and the 4-in-1?
Yeah,
Is it the Express LRS?
Oh, it's going to be the VTX, isn't it? It's going to be the VTX. The 4-in-1
probably,
doesn't
yeah.
have a VTX.
Jimmy the Cow says Express LRS dropped.
Really? Oh, yeah, he's right, because there's only a VTX antenna on it. Yeah, so the 4-in-1 doesn't have... That's a weird thing to drop. Okay.
Ryan says it's the one all the racers use, apparently. Huh.
Oh, interesting.
Why?
Probably good then. Because it's light, I'll bet.
But you're just going to add a receiver back to it.
I know, right? That is a little bit weird.
The difference is 0.7 of a gram, and an Express LRS receiver with the janky power antenna is, what's that, an RP2? I want to say that's like 0.6. So like maybe you're saving a tenth. I don't know, whatever.
Ooh, what an adjustment. Okay. This is so different than the Hummingbird.
Back one again, huh? Denzilla is
so good though.
Denzilla says, "I'm sorry, Ciotti. I only did 4 packs today. All I could do before the black flies carried me off." Oh,
nice.
Yeah. Ryan says, "Ciotti, for a second, I thought you were about to fly the 3-inch you just made indoors." Oh no,
I've done that, man. I've like test hovered 3-inch setups. It is just horrifying. Oh, the lamp got me.
FizzPV says, "Oh, go ahead."
Beyond reckless. Go ahead. Sorry.
FizzPV says, "Ciotti, the kid loved the Hummingbird V4 I gave him. He is totally hooked."
Awesome.
Look at that schnauz.
Jesus.
Directly into the show.
Like I did it on purpose. Jesus.
Yeah. Ciotti, what's your goggle battery solution? My HD0 battery holder died after less than 2 months. Ryan, did you email HD0 support and get them to replace it? Because they will.
Yeah, their support is unbelievable.
You potentially, if you got it early, you potentially have one of the ones with the bad connection for the power lead. It is a known problem. Get in touch with support. Yeah, but what's your goggle battery these days, Ciotti?
It's these Tattoo 2S 2500s that have the barrel lead on them. 533 had them really cheap, but I think I might have bought the last of them. But yeah, it's a Tattoo 2S 2500 with a little barrel lead and a balance plug, and then I charge them up on the Tooster. It's so nice.
I have been thinking about getting, Radio Master makes the like low C lipo packs for their controllers. They're like they're 2S 6200 mAh. I've been thinking about switching. Yeah, I've been thinking about getting. So I've got one, and then getting one for my goggles and one for spare, so that I can always have one that is rotating through, and then my goggles and my controller share the same battery.
Right, that's cool.
Oh.
That's a great solution, actually. Sharing batteries, holy shit.
Yep.
Who would have ever thought?
Minimize the number of batteries that you're keeping. Oh yeah, there's a reason why all of my batteries look the same. Anyway. Yukin says, Ciotti, trade one FPV, not a bad name. Ryan Zadot says, Ciotti, didn't Chris Rosser find all the low-pitched 3 props were super unbalanced, though? That's what scared me away from those, and I've been on the T333 since. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. All right, there's my flying for the day, friends. I for some reason started flying like my pants were on fire towards the end there. Hopefully somebody enjoyed. Yeah, the HQ 3x3x3s are very well balanced, which is great. They're just kind of fragile. To be honest, there's not a great 3-inch propeller at the moment. The Gemfan 3052s are my current go-to. Because I have a shitload of them from a sponsor box back when I was very active with Gemfan. and they're just the best that I've been able to find. I should have done a 3-inch prop with GemFan, but I kind of blew it. And here we are. But yeah, there's 3-inch props are tough. I'm doing a bunch of 3-inch prop testing this week, so stay tuned. I have to start getting the huge live broadcast event in Tulsa is 2 weekends from now, and so the live broadcast rigs are going to get a bunch more flying. And while I'm at it, I might as well use the 3-inch one to test a bunch of the T-mount 3-inch props. So yeah, we're going that route. We'll see what's balanced according to. This will actually be kind of interesting. I forgot that Chris tested the 3-inch propellers. This will be cool. I'll be able to take a look at what his test rig shows in terms of balance versus what black box logs show. That'll actually be really cool. So stay tuned for that. Maybe by Friday I'll have some of that ready to go. Where the hell did he test 3-inch props? I feel like it was a while ago. Where is he getting these backgrounds from? How long's he been using AI for thumbnails?
He's had this starburst thing for his thumbnails for a while. And there's a honeycomb one. He does have some he clearly has a template. It's always like him on the right, product on the left, like white on black or black on white text above. Like that's his template.
Where? There we go. Oh no, there's the motors. Oh, I bet you it was when he did the 3-inch frame, I'm guessing.
Enzilla says if you want thumbnail help, just ask.
There we go. Oh.
It's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So it's these two. Cool. How are we on chat? Are we good to go?
We are still about 15 minutes behind. We got like 10 chats. Well, you want to go quick?
Right.
Let's go quick.
I'm going to go full fucking speed. Nathan Wells, what are your thoughts on 533 3.5-inch little flipper? Seems pretty cool. It's been a while since I looked at it. That's not the wacky one with
it's not the high-low one. It's the one that's like that's got the mounts the electronics under the plate that the motors mount to.
Yeah. Right. This is a setup that's going to be extremely bottom heavy, which I don't love. Also, when you put the battery on the same plane as these props, if the battery shifts, the props will eat the battery and it could catch on fire. So this isn't for me. But if you like that underslung kind of feeling of the rig kind of like penduluming around, that's gonna give you that. Similar to like Oh My God made a bunch of frames that were like that, really low center of gravity. It's probably a fine frame though. It could be a pain in the ass to work on though. Sometimes when the frames have these like vertical, when a frame is not like our standard kind of setup, it tends to be a pain in the ass to work on. So yeah, I don't know. I have a feeling this would drive me crazy. I would only go with this if I specifically liked that super low center of gravity kind of feel. Ryan says, I'll buy some of those battery straps off you if you need more in that length too. I'm going let me check my stash. I'll see what I got for you. Shankin says you should get some carbon fiber buckles made. That'd be pretty cool.
Ooh.
I'd be worried about them like the carbon fiber fraying and cutting. I don't know, cutting either my fingers or whatever. But that's a cool idea. Ryan says, haven't fully killed an AI to the point it's unusable yet. Knock on wood. Killed R1 to R3. First Air 65 antenna popped off. Somehow still fine on R5 to R8. That's weird. B. Kirk says, motor wire broke off my Weebly motor on the first flight. Easy fix, but annoying. And it had the shrink wrap. Yeah, they must have not gotten it right at the factory. That is annoying. Ryan says, any interest in ever trying the Air Champion frame? A little too squishy for my liking, but could be cool to do a sub 15 gram build with it. Some crazy powerful motors for a stream. I used that frame on the outdoor Bi-Blade 65 millimeter that I did a stream on a few months ago. It's okay. It's super light, but yeah, it's a little too floppy. But boy, is it light. I think it might be worth revisiting since the racers seem to be having so much success on it. It's the one that came on the Fire style. Speaking about that AIO. And then sound of the T3x3 with 3 HQ make on a 1505 is epic. Sounds like a Ferrari. They are noisy. HQ props do tend to be noisy. He tested 3 and 3.5. Cool. Danzilla says, if you want thumbnail help us ask, thank you, dude. Sear says 3060 props, LOL. And then Ryan says 533 also has the Caillou mini like behind a fly called the Cam Bam. Yeah, the Cam Bam is brand new. It's probably just as good. I wish they'd done a 2-inch version of it, but 2.5 is all the rage. Kevin, any last thoughts?
Schedule your play time.
There it
Don't
is.
repeat it. Do it.
Thanks for hanging, friends. I'll see you on Whoop Wednesday. I don't know what we'll do, but we'll do something. Cool. Be good. Here's some more. Oh, beginning of the live stream was the F-35 Siren A on the Emax Avan Scimitars and then the Gemfan 3520s. Here comes the Gemfan 3525s and then the Gemfan 3630s. Be good, people. I'll see you on Wednesday. It's me flying. Wee! Love you, bye!
Yeah. Out in the yard where the grass grows wild, CiottiFPV's goggles locked, grinning like a child. Teddy spaghetti's, fur flies, and jet wash dreams. Yeah. Chasing small whoops like a dog possessed fiend. Eyes on a neon blur, hard in the chase. Big fuzz and prop spin, all tangled in place. Yeah. Four-legged rebel with a rotor stir tail in the circus of the sky. They never fail. CiottiFPV, Teddy Spaghetti, dynamic duo kings, barking at the breeze, throttling at top speed, thing, zooming through hoops, flipping in style. That schnauzer's got throttle and a toothy smile. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sadies on sticks, Teddy's on paws. Side by side, legends breaking all the laws. Through the kitchen, over couch scale terrain. Backyard mayhem in their flight domain. No ground too sacred, no loop too tight. Fuzz, fuel, fury ignites the night. When pilot and pup lock eyes on the prize, every whoop they conquer is a fresh cut surprise. Yeah. Yo, Sadi behind the sticks, Teddy's leading the pack. Prop guard missiles unleashed, never looking back. No leash, no map, just freestyle mic. They on the dog drone streets every day and night. Said whoops, hitting low, gotta nail the dive. Teddy push throttle up, feel the beast come alive. I see the neon arc, got the sticks locked in, Teddy. Yeah, let's rip this loop, ride the roar of the wind, Teddy. Yep. Yeah, CiottiFPV, Teddy Spaghetti, diamond and duo kings, barking at the breeze, throttling at top speed, zooming through generation's just begun. FPVs, fur-faced legends, legends singing loud, yeah. Teddy, Spaghetti, and CiottiFPV.